Flosstube. It's Elisa with eCrafting in Colorado. Today is January 8th, 2021, and this is a channel about cross stitch. I've been watching all of the whip parades that have been happening, and wow, you guys, y'all have a lot of really awesome projects, really great projects. I've been enjoying watching all of your whip parades. I've kind of been watching those more than anything else, and so I'm gonna not do a whip parade. This is going to be a Start-A-PALOOZA because sorry, I've been dealing with a cold last few weeks, because I was in that No New Starts 2021, and I had just been itching to start a bunch of things, and the day that stopped, I hit the ground running, and I've been in a marathon starting a ton of things. As of today, the 8th, I have started 9 new, basically full coverage projects. I was going to do 10, and I've been looking at that project a little closer, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to actually do it. We'll see if I change my mind or not. I don't know. I was really drawn to it, and now I'm like, oh, I just don't know. So this is going to be a video on everything that I have started from December 13th until today. I will not include any of my previous projects that I have been working on. I will put those out there on my next video on how I am and the updates on those, because honestly, I haven't really changed anything. I've been working on new projects, and so that's what I'm here to show you with. I've got them in date order as to when I've started them. So hope you come along with me and enjoy what I'm about to show you here. This first one, on December 13th, when we were allowed to start things, I started working on this Kiss for a Snowman, and I'm doing this as a Sal with Megan from Stitching Moon and my friend Wendy. Stitching Moon is both on Instagram and on Flosstube, and my friend Wendy, her name on Instagram is Wendy X03, and we are doing this as a Sal, as I said before. And it's been really interesting to see how the three of us have been doing this. I am the only one who gridded my project, so there's that. It looks totally different than the other two, but the other two started in the snowman's face, and I started in the top right corner. So, and I think Megan has, oops, I gotta pull this down. She has finished the snowman's hat and the little girl's face, which, oh, she's so cute. So there is that, and we have a hashtag. It's called Kiss for Snowman 22. If any of you want to join us, I'm gonna try to put that little hashtag right here, so that if any of you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to work on this, just because I'm kind of wanting to work on this during the seasons, and we're still in winter, but I think I want to work on it more next winter, now that early December and then through January. So we'll see about that. December 17th, I started this next project. It's a Dimensions Gold, and it's called My Little Sunshine, and it's this cute little girl with her little blue dress and her flowers, and This little munchkin looks like my kiddo when she was this age. So it's got a lot of memories there with that. But here I am with this. So if you look here, I am basically just in the top of the door. And this was just a lot of block coloring. So I started to go down and work on the top of her hat. So yeah, this was, I'm not sure again with this one how often I'll work on it. It's not going to be a primary piece that I want to work on. I just know that I want to do it at some point, have it done at some point in time. So I thought, well, might as well start it now, and if it takes me forever to finish it, it does. So, but yeah, she's a cute little girl. So, really sweet. Okay, December 21st, I started this one called Red is Ravishing, and it's by Artisy. And the artwork is done by Peggy Davis. And I was kind of surprised with this one because it had a lot more confetti than I had initially planned on. I need to just get a piece of paper here. Let's see. Let's try this notebook here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there was a ton of confetti up in here, which I wasn't planning. I thought it was more block colors, but that wasn't the case at all. But these colors, yeah, they're gonna be great. I really am liking this. So there's again what it's gonna look like. This was my first piece that I have not gridded with sulky sliver or with fish wire, which I will never just grid with fish wire again. It's too thick. But I'm liking it. So for those of you that recommended it, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much with that. Yeah, it's so much faster. But again, I think with the block colors, that will cover up the gridding if it ever comes out again. But yeah, I really am liking this. So I am doing this on 20 count Aida, 3/1 tent stitch. I have 1,818 stitches in, and I'm at 3.01%. So what my goals were for these projects when I initially started this Start-A-Palooza, I wanted to at least have each project have 1,000 stitches in. So come the end of January, when I put my other whips in with these, I have a good start, not just 5 or 6 stitches. You know, there's some progress on there, so you can at least pick it up and know what project it is. You know, sometimes people pull up their project and they're like, yeah, I don't know what this is, or where it's upside down. But these you will be able to know. So I'm going to continue to work on these through the end of January, and then in February I'm going to put these all in a rotation and go from there. So that was my first Artisy project that I had ever worked on. And oh, it's got out of order here. My second Artisy project that I started on December 27th is this Spring's Renewal. And I love this piece. I just love it. And the artwork is by Mark Keffley. And these two pieces are so different. So I wasn't sure how Artisy was going to be, but so far so far so good. Gosh, I am just completely pull these out completely out of place. Here it is. It's in a Q-snap. So here's this one. And here we go. So again, this one is 20 count. starting all these new projects, I found what my sweet spot was on stitching. It is 20 count 3/1 tent. I was really trying to start with the loop start with 2. Yeah, I just didn't like the coverage on it, so I went back to 3/1. I like doing cross country, or at least do one thread and then go back and start another, start in the corner and kind of work my way down. I like how that process is. It's fast for me. You get to see some good, and then if you have confetti stitches, you can just kind of mix that in with some of your bulk coloring. So this one, I am right at 1,000 stitches, and I am at 1.48% complete. So looking forward to getting down into the little cabin on that one, and starting to get on the flowers. So it's a very confetti piece, but the overall picture I really like. So, all right. God, I got these completely out of order. This is the second time I'm filming this because my husband called me during the last time I tried to film. So, December 31st, I started Ottoman Tiles. And this one is not going to look anything like this cover piece. I'm changing this up quite a bit here. The oranges, I've switched to teal colors. And then I did not care for these little empty triangles. So I'm going to fill these in. So it's all a blocked, it's going to be just a rectangle. And I am not including these little nubby things on there either. I just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't want to. Because that would just be one more row of stitching that is not needed. So this is going to look a lot different. And this one, I really learned a lot on this piece. I thought it would look better on faux cross because of the block coloring. With the tent stitch, I don't know, I just, with confetti and mix of colors, I'm okay with how that works, but with the, I don't know, I just kind of felt like this needed to have a faux cross. And so you can see up here, I did some practicing up here. And this first one is 1/1 full cross, and I thought that a lot of the fabric was showing through, but now that I'm looking at that on here, it's okay. And this one was 2/1 tent, and both of those look okay now. So, but I ended up doing this 2/1 full cross. And I also realized on this that I tried to do cross country with this, and I didn't, if I had a stitch here or there that I had to go back to, I didn't like it. I didn't like how my stitches looked. So I'm gonna have to do this squares, and I tried to do it on the diagonal, and my brain, I'll try it again, but my brain just doesn't work like that. Watched a couple of videos and we'll see. But yeah, I'm liking those colors so far. Yeah, and this that I'm filling in here is 939, which is going to be the outlining. And that's something else I'm going to change on here too, is if you look on here, like this block is all basically 939, and this is 939. I'm not, I just thought that would kind of blend in with these empty triangles, and I wanted them to stand out a little more. So I can't remember the number that I planned, but it's gonna be this blue hair that we've got in here. I can't remember the number of it, but I'm going to outline these dark ones that have the 939 with that blue to help them stand out a little better. And I think I'm going to do that with this here, because if otherwise you won't know that there's that little triangle there, you know. So I wanted to make sure that those stood out as well. So this is even though I thought this was going to be a blocks, I'm actually having to think about it. So normally I don't think when I stitch, I just stitch. But hey, I guess I got to use my brain once in a while. So, oh, and the other thing, they, on this, I got this off of Etsy. They said it would work on Pattern Keeper. I couldn't get it to work. I even tried to pull out, because you can get this in a colored pattern or a black and white pattern. I tried to withdraw the black and white pattern as its own PDF and upload it. I couldn't get it to work. So I'm working on this on a paper copy, which is fine. So it's allowing me to then make my changes that I want to, write notes and stuff on that. So that was December 31st. The following day, January 1st, I had a very special start. And this was with my sweet friends, Yanita from Yanita Stitches and Jemima, the Rocking Stitcher. I thought it was going to be Zoom, but these girls know more about technology than I do. We did a Google Meets, and it was awesome. It really was. There's an 8-hour time difference between us. So it was 8 a.m. on January 1st, my time. And I think it was 4 o'clock my time, but we were messaging each other. And I think it was 1400 their time, which I'm simple. Like I just told you with that thing, I'm very simple. So it's 4 o'clock my time. But it was so fun because I was drinking coffee. Their kids were taking showers and their husbands getting dinner ready, but we just had such a nice visit. It was good to hear from them. And anyway, I'm talking more about them but I just love those girls. They're just awesome. Well, we started this project, Quick Stitch Sleep Time by Cyril Marchetti. And so this is the one we're gonna do a friendship sal on. Yeah. So it's that. And I am doing this. Here's where I am on this. Again, I'm doing this on 20 count, 3/110. I started on the top right, and I think Yanita also started on the top right, and Jemima started on the top. Sorry, Yanita and I started on the top left. Jemima started on the top right. So we were talking along, and she's like, "What color are you using?" And I'm like, "That color has nothing to do with the color." Well, that's because she was working on the other side. But anyway, I got to 1.07%, and I'm at 1,012 stitches. So, and I'm really liking these colors. I love darker colors, not so much pastel colors, but darker colors. So this is just, I was working on this a bit yesterday, and I'm pulling it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, love burgundies and fall colors. So this is gonna be really fun to stitch with. I can't wait to start seeing this little hound. Start seeing his little face come to life. So yeah, just can't wait. But we really enjoyed ourselves, and it was a nice morning. I've got a tickle in my throat, sorry. All right, so January 3rd, I started this little one. This is more nostalgic for myself because I loved Holly Hobby as a little girl, and I found this off of Etsy. I found a little Holly Hobby needle minder too. So, and I think I worked on this just a couple of days, just her bonnet. And this is just a fiddler's Ada cloth, but kind of rustic looking with the little girl with her bonnet and her flowers. So yeah, this was fun. And I'm looking forward to getting that one done and moving on to another one. So let me flip pages on my notes here. All right, so January 4th, we're getting close to the end. I have two more, just this one and another one. January 4th, I started The Mini Puppy by Zindi Nielsen, and this little dog is really super cute, but I learned a lot of things with this pattern, a lot. First thing, I'm so glad that I decided to put this on a colored fabric. And so I started practicing this to see how I would like it. And here you can see I started practicing these. You know, here's full cross, here's tent, here's another tent. And I thought, okay, yeah, tent will work. And I started it. And you look at this. This starts down more in the middle of the left side. So that's really why I gridded this, to make sure that I could get it done. So I started it in the tent, and I absolutely hated the way that was looking. I was like, this is just awful. So I got about a couple hundred stitches in. Said, yeah, this isn't gonna work. But because I'm in the Start-A-PALOOZA phase of January, I didn't want to rip all that out. I wanted to actually start it. So I flipped it over, and I started doing this now. I'm doing it 2/1 full cross. And sorry for all those little hanging. I'm gonna stitch over those. And I was kind of frustrated with this because I didn't like the way these 2/1 looked either. And this is, I did this on 18 count because when I dyed this, I was worried that the stitches would be condensed, so that anything over 20. That's another thing. I started a lot of these on 25 and practiced on 25. I couldn't see it. And I'm like, some of these, they're going to be massive pieces. But if you can't see the project, you're not going to enjoy it. So that's why I redid them. And I tried 22 Hardanger. And I bought a lot of 22 Hardanger. I bought yards of that. And the stitches would just slip right under there. So I'm going to stick with 20. But anyway, this one is 18 count. Was really struggling with the white on the white. So I'm hoping so it was that. And then let me show you here on Pattern Keeper. I wanted to let you know this is something I found out, and maybe you guys know about this already. But when you're stitching white on Pattern Keeper, it shows the actual color like you normally do. So here's Pattern Keeper. Woo! And you see these 6 squares here, and it shows that they've all been stitched, right? Well, if you go into your settings, and there's a section called Finished Stitches, if you turn that using a flat color in your settings, So look at this. Here's those same 6, but look at all of these. I would look at that and say, well, that's not stitched. I couldn't figure out. Well, I know, because I started with, I think it was 3865. I started stitching it with, I'm like, I know I did this. Why is this not showing? I don't understand it. So now, yes, it is showing. Sorry, I'm not trying to show a lot of the pattern. I'm just trying to show you that that's stitched. Not that you guys can really get anything from that. But so once you switch to it in your settings, and it's right here, it's finished stitches, use a flat color. Once you flip that, and then you can select your own color when you go back, now it will show all your stitches that have been finished. So that was something that I learned. It was very helpful just to stick with that. Once I get more into the grays, you know, obviously it shows, but I'm going to continue on with this. And so as that little puppy grows, let me stand up here. As that puppy grows, this is gonna kind of go in a diagonal up in here. So all of that in the top left, my top left, your top right, I think, the fabric will show, and then we'll have the rest of that. And I'll just pull this out, because we all know that's not going to get done anytime soon. It's way over there, so I got some time to frog that out. But yeah, I learned a lot from this piece just in stitching it over a couple of days. All right. And my last one, sorry guys, God, it's tickle. Oh, here's my stitching cup. Taking it one stitch at a time. Don't you know it? Pick this up at Hobby Lobby. It's in, if any of you are interested, it's in the sewing section. So, all right, last one. I'm doing this as a stitch long as well. We're supposed to start at the 10th, but I have to go back to work. So I started just a few days early. So I'm sorry, Al, I'm sorry that I started this a little early. I'm doing this with Stitching Field. She is the Stitching Field on Instagram, as well as Flosstube. And we are going to do this freebie Peacock Daisy. And this is going to be my biggest project that I have. As you can see here, it's 525 by 525, which is 275,625 stitches. When am I going to finish this? I will never finish this. But I've said in one of my other videos, I was watching Julie's Stitching Journal, and she is stitching this, and I just really enjoyed watching her stitch this along. She just finished another one of Hayes. Can't remember what it's called, but check her out. Her finish that she just did. It's beautiful. And then she started another one. I think it's called Magical Books or something. And I'm like, darn you, Julie. That was already on my wish list. So that girl, man, I need to follow her along, because she just has some great projects that she's working on. Anyway, I digress. Going back to Peacock Daisy. I started this last night, and I'm only 506 stitches in. And it's going to be, it is 20 count, 3/1 tent, and I'm doing the confetti, and I am at 0.18% complete. But look at all this fabric here. Got it all rolled up. It's just a beast, man. So maybe I'll have this done when I retire, which I want to retire tomorrow, but my husband won't let me. But anyway, yeah, this is gonna be just massive. I think, and I've been getting all of my fabric from this company called Magic Hour Needle Crafts in Etsy. Their customer service has been excellent. I initially started a lot of these on the 20, or I was going to, and I was trying to grid and practice before I actually started on 25 count. Couldn't do it. I put an order in, and this is right before Christmas. I got my fabric in 3 days. 3 days. I was like, man, these girls. And so then I put another order in, and they gave me an extra 3 inches of fabric because I had just placed another order. So their customer service, excellent, excellent. So that's the end of my Crafting Colorado Start-A-PALOOZA. Woo, woo. So sorry about that. My husband just got home and the dog starts barking because he's happy his dad is home. But anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me today in my Start-A-PALOOZA video here on Flosstube. Again, I've been enjoying all of you and your whip parades. It's been really a lot of fun to not only stitch to, but I will have you all on while I'm cleaning the house or doing whatever. Just it's nice to have this community where we can all share things. So my next video, I will have these started in with my other projects. Then I'm gonna have a rotation with these, and I look forward to visiting with you all again soon. So thanks, Flosstube. We'll chat soon. Bye.